Welcome back, everyone, and today we're here back with Jeff Grant, SBR contributor, and we're going to be looking at that game between the Phillies and the Nationals. So, Jeff, the MLB trade deadline is here, and there's been so much turmoil going on in the Phillies ball club that their record has dropped to 11-15 just this month. Is that something that we'll be able to continue to take advantage of in making our MLB picks?
Every handicapper that caps this matchup should start with that angle, and I think it's going to be an angle that cashes. And everybody's going to want to watch the MLB trade deadline come and go when making their picks for the entire odds board, given the fact that earlier this morning when I was preparing these videos, the Oakland Athletics acquired Boston Red Sox left-hander John Lester for Giannis Cespedes and cash considerations. So now with that trade being made, some of those American League participants that are chasing the Athletics are definitely going to look at possibly grabbing a couple of these Phillies hurlers. They have a couple of the more talented ones, one going in this game. So it's absolutely stay away from the Phillies until at least the weekend.
Definitely, man. And Jeff, in your article, man, you mentioned that Washington's bullpen has been a key component for the team. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
It's the best bullpen in baseball. Maybe not so much the last month with some teams adding some players, but over the entire year, this has been the best bullpen in baseball because they play a lot of close games, and they're also they're also chasing an NL East division crown. So they've been under pressure the entire season, and the bullpen sets up well for this series, Dax, with closer Rafael Soriano being rested the last two games, so he'll be ready to go to seal the victory here.
Well, that sounds like a plus. But the listed pitchers for this game right now are Cliff Lee and Gio Gonzalez, and both hurlers have been pretty much decent. They have a pretty much decent record against each other. But Lee's recent numbers haven't been very stellar. Is that something that we'll be able to take advantage of in this game?
Outside of Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers, these have been two of the best left-handed pitchers in the National League. But Lee is just his third start coming off the disabled list. And when I was looking at his past performances, it's one thing to look at a stat line of pitchers, how many runs they give up in an amount of innings and how many hits and everything that people just – but you got to look deeper into the numbers. And when I was looking at this game, Dax, I saw that Lee hasn't thrown more than 90 pitches in each of his last two outings. Why is that significant? Because he's one that normally goes a complete game, 115, 125 pitches, which leaves the Phillies susceptible to a late inning loss with that bullpen that has an over 6 ERA over the last week and a half. So that's another edge for the Nationals.
Looks like a big edge to me in this case. So all this that I'm getting from you, I'm pretty much assuming that you're going to be leaning on the Nats. Why is that?
Absolutely. Everything that I look for a game, offensively, starting pitching, and bullpen lineup for the Nationals, I think the price is right. A lot of people are aware of Lee's pitching prowess, but he's not the pitcher that he was at the beginning of the year. And one of my suggestions that I wrote on the article at sportsbookreview.com, I suggest backing Gio Gonzalez versus action. What that means, do not go Gonzalez versus Lee. Because when we mentioned at the beginning of this video, the MLB trade deadline, you don't want to be sitting with a ticket that has the Nationals with Gonzalez versus Lee. Because if Lee gets traded, then that wager is voided. And if Lee does get traded, the price on this game will likely rise from minus 170 to probably 220, so you're going to lose 50 cents of value. So go Gonzalez versus action and back the Nationals on Thursday.
All right, man, that sounds like another solid pick for us, Jeff. And thank you very much, and I hope to have you back very soon, man.
Thank you very much.
For sportsbookreview.com, this is Dax Floyd.